Hello and welcome to Hoteliers Voice. This is part 2 of the mini-series with the Red Carnation Hotel Collection. This episode follows the interview with Molly Peel, where we explored global social media strategy while regionalizing it for unique identities for each and every single property. In this episode, we're speaking to Arietta, the hotel manager at the Montague on the Gardens. I had the opportunity to go backstage and discover the workings of the hotel. Everything from the systems, the people, and the processes that deliver those guest experiences. In this episode, we learn about TNT, the tiny noticeable touches, the use of Opera Cloud and Simphony to create a seamless experience, empowering staff to deliver exceptional experiences, the role of music and how they're looking to upgrade their vibe within the hotel, and why hospitality is all about people.
Hoteliers Voice from Travel Market Life, exploring opportunity in hospitality with Ryan Haynes. Hear from the people making a difference, from revenue to operations, marketing to digitalization. Learn the thinking behind their decisions.
So I'm here with Arietta, the hotel manager of the Montague on the Gardens. How long have you been working here at the hotel?
22 years this year.
Wow, okay. And how long have you been the hotel manager?
Over a year now. So it's been an amazing journey, starting from the basic and made it to a hotel manager. I don't know if you want me to go through the whole journey, but probably will take a bit of time. Happy to though.
So you know how the whole hotel works, the operations, and you can deliver this experience.
I would say so. It's one of the passion. And I think if you don't have the passion and make it to where you are, I think then you don't know what you're doing. So
tell me, do you have a speciality of what you like to do within a hotel?
I think for us, and I think in the whole Red Carnation, to be honest, it's about making every guest experience very special. Every guest for us is unique. We try to make sure, obviously, that we have all the preferences that they have. So the moment they walk in, from the doorman to obviously welcoming them to our lovely reception team, finding out more and more for them so we can actually make their stay even more memorable by creating little touches. TNT, we call them. Tiny, noticeable touches.
Wonderful. Now, talk to me about this hotel foyer here. So we seem to have such a wonderful array of decor and intricate soft furnishings, as well as lighting here. Could you just give me an idea as to sort of how did this style came about, or what are you trying to evoke here at the Montague?
Obviously, as you would see throughout the hotel, it is very traditional, very British feel.
You know, particularly from everything from these grand paintings right through to the intricacy of the fabrics that you're using here. It's very traditional, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very, absolutely.
I'm loving the woodwork. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a very traditional reception desk
Correct.
here. What's the purpose of keeping it like this rather than looking at moving with the times where they're talking about using more sort of like free-flowing arrival, check-in, check-out process?
As I mentioned before, obviously, for us is not losing that touch with the guest, because everything, of course, technology, and you need to keep with an updates for the team to make it easy for them. But for us, it's about the one-to-one. It's about talking to the guest, not make it technology that you don't talk to anyone and you're just touch in, touch out. So we don't want to lose that. For us, it's all about service. It's all about customer. It's all about people, and our people is what makes this hotel very special.
So then if we look closer then at the actual reception desk here, now they've got their screens, computers, and they obviously using a property management system here to check people in. Is that correct?
Yes.
What's the system that you're using?
We're using Opera Cloud. Mm-hmm. So that's used now throughout the Red Carnation, which is an amazing tool to use. And our front of house manager will talk to you slightly later more about all the details and how can it be utilized from reporting perspective to everything. So now if a guest stays, whether it's in South Africa or London, you actually have all the database behind where we can actually use, so we can utilize all the different reports that we have.
Moving through, what room are we walking into as we turn right?
So this is our lovely lounge area, lobby, where is actually people can come and sit down when they arrive. They can wait here and have a lovely cup of coffee, read their newspaper, enjoy the atmosphere, which is nice and calm, as you can see throughout. Then in the morning, we've got a lovely coffee station. Lunchtime, as we're preparing now, we've got homemade lemonade for our guests. So then they can come and sit down and enjoy and wait for their room, if that's the case. Or even during breakfast, once they finish breakfast, they come out here and they can just rest and have a peace of mind while they read their newspapers.
So this homemade lemonade, is this again a play on traditional Britishism?
Yes, absolutely. And obviously this is our restaurant. It's kind of an into section, which you can also use it for a private event if you want to have a semi-private event.
So let's have a look at sort of the packages that you offer here at the Red Carnation at the Montague. You have bed and breakfast.
Yes, indeed.
And then people have option of adding breakfast during their stay.
Yes, they can. Yes.
Yeah. And then what other sort of catering that you do at this hotel?
So we do a lot of experiences, whether it's a whiskey experience, cigar experience. So we've done that before because we had lovely garden, which we can use for cigars. At the moment, this is in a work in process because we've done some refurbishment this year, which is amazing. Lovely cocktails in a bar. And then we've got our lovely pop-ups, which is something very unique to us. We did the cheese fondue. So we brought the Swiss Alps to the Montague. Mm-hmm. And then obviously as summer approaches, we do beach bar, which again is about 3 tons of sand. So you can feel the sand yourself. It's the real sand. And then in the winter, we turn it into a ski lodge. Plenty of Christmas trees, reindeers, and a snow machine that you feel like snow has come to the London. We work very closely with our Bedford estate. And we do a lot of, with this year especially, we're going to do a lot of events in our gardens. 26th of June is one of the days, which is jazz. Shakespeare is going to be played there in the garden. So we're going to do a lot of events out there as well.
You mentioned events. I mean, the Red Carnation, obviously events, but then you have private events. People can rent this area.
Yes.
What sort of events do you tend to host?
So we have 3 meeting rooms where people can come and have a meeting or have a dinner. For example, you can host up to 100 people sit-down dinner, or we got 2 small rooms. And then we do a lot of the events are upstairs in our beach bar, which is more of a free-flowing. There's a tray service. It's a bit more relaxed rather than a fine dining. So we've got everything for everyone, I'd say. Montague has everything or something for everyone, to be honest.
Now, how do you manage the staff here? Because there has been such change within staffing in the industry, and there is a need to try to attract and retain staff, keep the job interesting, like you for 22 years. So what are you trying to do to really keep the roles interesting, and how do you deploy people throughout the hotel?
I'm very lucky, I can say that, because I've gotten a wonderful team that has been for many years, even in food and beverage, which food and beverage can be, as you know, the turnover in food and beverage can be quite high. Anything from supervisor to manager in food and beverage have been between 5 to 17 years with us.
Wow.
The director of food and beverage has been 17 years. F&B manager is 10 years. So you can name it. It's plenty. Of course, I think that's due to training. We're also very lucky. Red Carnation does amazing training programs, in-house training, looking after them, ensuring that we're giving them the empowerment to actually do things rather than micromanaging them. And obviously giving them the opportunities. All of them, they kind of started from basic to actually now being, for example, the director of food and beverage. He started as a management program here and he's the director of food and beverage today. The food and beverage manager started as a waiter. So again, we've given a lot of opportunities to people. And when we see a star, we won't let go.
Do you tend to deploy people across different operational areas as well to get a wider experience?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And they love that. For example, someone doesn't do just a breakfast. They will do lunch. They will do dinner. They will actually work in a bar. So they get the whole atmosphere. So many of them, they've moved to reception. And today they're working in reception. So if people want to cross change, or even in other hotels, the people have moved in other hotels, so they've grown and developed. And that's what we always encourage people to do. Obviously, training, growing, giving them a lot of opportunity, not to just do, okay, you're going to be just in a back today, or you're just going to place an order. No, actually, they get trained to take from orders to everything that entails anything, especially if they are in food and beverage, or same in reception. Then they will help the concierge. Concierge will help the reception, for example. So again, we very much work everywhere.
And what about the systems that they have to use? So receptionists using the Opera there.
Yes, and we're very lucky because when we introduced the Opera, we also introduced the Symphony in food and beverage side, which works very well with Opera as well. Again, Symphony, amazing system, very easy to use as well for our team. As we talked about technology, our young generation is all about technology. Don't ask me, I'm not, and we obviously utilizing all these systems, so it's more user-friendly. You can print reports, because what we want is our staff to spend more time with the guests rather. We don't want them to sit down. So anything that we can make it easy for them to print the reports easy, to post easy, to order easy, whatever that makes it easy, so they can actually be at the table with the guests rather than behind the scenes. So we've actually, few systems have come into place. also the manager app, which I'm sure that will be discussed slightly later, where people can actually order from the room, but also you can have it from the pre-arrival. You can see all the packages, you can see all the experience that we have there. We work very closely with our British Museum, with anyone, across the road. Yeah, we've got lovely experiences there, which is only for us. For example, before the museum opens, as you know, you would know the British Museum by 10 o'clock is a queue. But actually, if you do a private tour there, before 9, you finish and you'll see the whole building. It's amazing to see it in an empty space. And then obviously you haven't seen the lovely outdoor areas that we have, which is absolutely stunning to be in a center of London. Obviously, we're very lucky with that. We got a few areas, about 7 in total. The newest one, which realistically needs a bit more touch, but I'm going to show you. And this is our garden terrace. Again, attractive roof. We can open the glass. This overlooking the Bedford estate. So that Bedford garden, no one has access.
No one at all?
No one at all. So apart from us, which we're going to do a lot of events out there.
Oh, you have access to this?
We have.
So this is access for no one else?
Yeah, but our guests don't have access unless we specifically require the day, basically.
Wow, you are so lucky in London.
So you can see half of the hotel obviously is facing this garden.
Yeah.
Which means literally they can enjoy this greenery. But at the moment we had to, just to kind of make sure.
Different vibe with the music as well, every place that you go.
Yes. So if you are in a beach bar, you have a different music again. You feel you are in
holidays.
Is this
controlled centrally, or do you have a different spots for controlling the music?
We have here controls, so we can control the spots differently. So.
Okay, excellent. That's great. And what sort of sound system do you use?
You know what? We are actually in the process of changing.
Okay.
Like at the moment. So I'll let you know when that's finished, but we are in the process of changing the music.
Tell me a bit more about sort of like why. What's the thinking behind that?
We are trying to standardize a bit the music through the Red Carnation. Again, keep it with the tradition and so on, but also keep it with a vibe. Whether it's a morning should be a different music, whether it's in the evening is a different music, whether it's a bar or a beach bar. We feel we just need to be a bit more standardized that a bit throughout Red Carnation, not only us.
The psychology and artistry of creating a vibe. Who would have thought, hey? Is this what you would have got into when you first started in hospitality?
Well, when I didn't even know what I'm doing first. You learn a long way from the best people.
You do, yeah. Right, where are we heading now?
Now we're heading to the bar. My favorite.
Yes, and this...
Don't tell that to anyone.
This print on the wall, I have admired this when I caught a sneak view of this. So this is called, dare I say, the Leopard Bar? Is that what you called it?
Great memory.
And it's got leopard print everywhere.
Yes.
It's all over the walls, all over the soft furnishings. You've got the leopard pictures, photography and illustrations and artistry all over the walls. And then obviously your bar is dressed in that way.
You feel like safari, isn't it?
It does. It's amazing. It's really quite calming and intimate at the same time. What was the purpose? What was the thought behind sort of creating a leopard bar?
Obviously, as you know, the company is South African. So actually they have created few. So we're not the only one. If you would know the Red Carnation, the Rubens has one. We have in Geneva, they have one. Of course, in South Africa. So we're trying to keep that theme, and we brought that to London because we thought with a beach bar and everything, it really goes with our outdoor areas, obviously. So we kind of tried to bring the theme to London, obviously, with being a safari, being Red Carnation.
So what do you serve here then at this bar?
Everything and anything. Cocktails to spirits to experiences to the kids going and making mocktails behind the bar. We do different things throughout the day.
Talking about systems again, everything's interconnected. So
everything.
From every EPOS is all connected to the PMS, which allows them to bill the rooms throughout the hotel for all the experiences, for everything that they purchase throughout. And then they can be billed on departure.
Yeah, and they can just pay in departure, correct. So everything integrates in one, and that's what makes it completely easy as well and very user-friendly.
How often do you need to go through training with your staff so that they're on top of any developments, changes or process?
So obviously any new starter immediately, and then definitely. So we do daily catch-ups with our team every day. So we do daily meetings, which is obviously briefings, quickly to just talk about the day, how busy it's going to be. One is in the morning, so before the breakfast shift starts, to make sure that everyone is up to date, whether we have any VIPs, whether we have any issues, do we have everything, is the team ready to go? Then we do one lunchtime just before lunch starts. So again, just to talk about the lunch, afternoon teas, what's going on through the day. And then when the shift changes at 3:00 with the evening, from morning to evening, that can be very tricky sometimes. So we make sure, and then the handover is done properly. And then that's where we integrate always training depending on the needs of the staff. So every day would be probably a small training if it's only a telephone technique, maybe. Yeah.
Dare I ask, are there any challenges you find with staff and technology and systems?
Of course, it's always challenges at the life. I say no, of course. First, it depends. Not everyone is in the same. Some of them can quickly catch up or can quickly learn. They're quick learners. Some are not great with technology, so you need to spend some more time. Sometimes also when you have the greatest people, it's attention to details, which for us is very important, but maybe they don't. So you need to keep always, obviously. But what for me is important, we've got an amazing team that are very passionate for what they do. They really care. And for us, even when we employ, that's what I don't mind about the experience, because also new people, you need to give them an opportunity. Someone has to give them an opportunity. But it's about actually how willing they are to learn, how passionate they are. Do they have that proper hospitality, genuine hospitality?
Absolutely. I mean, I think one of the things I always find interesting when I speak to incredibly talented and passionate hospitality people is they got into that job. They do that job because of the people, and they hate the technology side because it takes them away from it. And
I'm the first one. As I said, I'm not great with technology, but I love his people. And we talk about it all the time. And no matter what technologies they come, and of course you need to have all the technology to help the team to make it easy. But it should be about people. It should be about talking to guests. Like one of my highlights of the day is when I come in the morning and I stand at the breakfast room, and our supervisors, managers, or the guests are coming in. They just call him by name. They know all of them. For me, that's my highlight, because I'm like, and they're like, Mr. Smith, and you having this, and you having your poached eggs today, and you want them medium?
It's no longer a hotel; it's a family.
Definitely. And as I say to my team, I know it's very cliche, but every family has also their bad days and good days. We've got definitely the technology now. We have everything. We have the product. Red Carnation has amazing product. But what makes, again, Montague special is people. Without any doubt, is the people. The care, the genuine hospitality. You can find a room anywhere. You can find any experience these days. It's the people that makes the difference. And I think that's where the highlights is.
What else is there for me to see here?
It's bedrooms. You have to see bedrooms.
Right, okay, let's go on. Let's go and find it. Check out our next episode with the Red Carnation Hotel Collection as I speak to James, the front of house manager, and we explore the rooms and how they deliver that on-site experience.
For more, go to Travel Market Life. The music sensation by Zach Nelson is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Travel Market Life is a Haynes Marcoms digital marketing agency production, serving the travel and technology industries.